All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and many blessings to the men out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. And I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, I just wanted to speak to these women that are losing. You're already starting to see the downfall of the modern woman, the modern black woman in today's society, because her whole existence is predicated off of the dominance of men. And now men, especially so-called black men, they don't want to have nothing to do with the black woman anymore. So now men are engaged in what we call the passport bros, not boys, but bros. Okay, passport men who go to other countries to find women that are more cooperative, submissive, agreeable, and just willing to build a life with them. That is willing to have children. That's willing, to work with them and not be demons like y'all women are over here. Y'all fucking demons, And for many years. I remember in the 90s. I remember it when it started coming about in the 80s and then the 90s. And, I'm strong and independent and I don't need a man. I don't need a man. So now you got it to where the men don't want you. And what women don't understand is that we don't have to have the women of our nation to perpetuate our nation. We don't need you for that. We can have any woman from any nation to perpetuate our nation. We want to do it with the so-called black woman. We want to do it with the women of our tribes, but we don't have to. It's not necessary. And now you have other women from other nations that are advertising for the so-called black man, in particular, to come to their country to be with them. And this is a huge movement. And more people, including myself, I don't even look at black women no more. I see the ass, I see the titties, I see the fake hair, fake nails, and I just turn the other way. Not even interested in it anymore. Because the moment you see all of that stuff, you see the fake ass, you see the fake titties, you see the fake hair, you see the fake nails, you see all the cake up all on their face, you know that you're in for an unstable, uncooperative, a malicious demon. All right. And that for men is played out. Okay. This is played out. The men don't want to deal with that shit no more. All right. We're tired of dealing with, this is all part of the curses, and we're going to get it, but we're tired of dealing with the selfishness, the abuse, the raising our kids, our children, our boys to be effeminate, raising our little girls to be thoughts and hoes, not teaching morality, not teaching self-respect or dignity, and most of all, and more importantly, not teaching the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because that's what it all boils down to, because your behavior if you behaved according to what the Lord told y'all to behave, then none of this would be an issue. But y'all women have chosen to side with the devil who has put us into this captivity and who has put us into this captivity and because we were weak, because we were down, we're low. And you have been given privileges in this society that have been taken for your men and never once considering why. Like why is it my father is being treated like this? Why is it my brother is being treated like this? Why is it my son is being treated like this in this society? Why am I treated so much better and it's so hard for them? Why is that? Okay? But instead of taking those things into consideration and trying to fight for your man to be in his rightful position, you side with our enemy and then you trample on our men. And then now the men are saying, you know what? We've seen enough of this, because y'all women really don't have any power unless it's given to you from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And I'm going to grab a precept to start it off. Give me one sec because I didn't have this one ready. This is Isaiah. We'll go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 43 and 19. And this reads, it says, behold, I will do a new thing in the earth. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. This isn't what I wanted. It's just 43. Salakia. All right. I grabbed the wrong precept. My bad. This is Jeremiah 31 and 22. And it says, how long wilt thou go about, O backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And this was done, to make an example, to show y'all women that y'all are not worthy to be in power, that y'all are not worthy to have authority, that y'all are not worthy. Because look, when you've gotten the authority, look at what you've done to the men. You look at the power and the glory and the authority that the Lord gave the men, and you covet that, just like Eve did back in the garden. You wanted that authority, that power. And when you had it, okay, look how you treated your men. You see, your men didn't treat you like that. You used the manipulation of the so-called white man, to manipulate you into hating your men without cause. Okay, now ultimately it is the curses. And we'll get it real quick. We go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's see. All right. Here it is. This is Deuteronomy 20 and 56. And it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for tender and delicateness, for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children, which shall she bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the siege, and straitness wherein thine enemy shall distress thee in all thy gates. And this is so true, man, what's happening right now. These women, you hate your children, and you may say, well, I love my daughter. I treat my daughter and I treat my son. I do this. Look, correction is in love. Discipline is in love. Honor is in love. Dignity is in love. Integrity is in love. Okay. So if you're missing one of these components, you're not really loving anybody. So if you're telling your daughter to go out and be free and experience things and be a whore, you don't love her, because you're not telling her to do, you're sending her off to do a destructive act. Okay. If you're telling your son that, he's effeminate, he was born this way, he's a homosexual, and you're subscribing to that, you don't love your son. Okay. If you're abusive, if you're evil, which most of you are, most abuse comes from women. You don't love your children. And that's exactly what's going on right now. You women don't love your man. You don't love your children. The only thing you love is yourself. Okay. The only thing y'all women love is yourself. Now, I'm going to play a couple of videos. Okay. I got one right here. This is a Filipino woman who's actually advertising for so-called black men to come over to her country to get the women. Okay, so we're going to play this video, and then we're going to play a second video, and then we're going to go ahead and grab some more precepts.
But it's interesting that your reaction is to attack the men who are leaving and tell them that they're losers who aren't good enough to get a woman in the West. Yep, once again, it's the man's fault. And you attack us Asian women too. You call us poor, uneducated, submissive, desperate women who are happy with your table scraps and rejects. But if you truly believe we were getting your leftovers, the men you don't want anyway, then why do you sound so angry and defensive about it?
Exactly.
You try to shame men for finding happiness here.
Preach.
Wouldn't you be thanking us for taking out your trash?
Say it again.
And as far as Filipino women being uneducated, we have the same percentage of college graduates that you do. And what you call submissive is what we call being agreeable.
Facts.
Do I look uneducated, submissive, and desperate to you?
No.
Well, guess what? There are millions more like me over here, just waiting to have a shot at making your men happy. You also call us gold diggers and claim that we only want green cards to escape to the promised land.
Come on.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but many of us Filipinos are happy to stay right where we are.
Church.
As for gold digging, have you ever heard of the pot calling the kettle black?
Hello.
After dealing with all the monkey branching and cash grabbing from you Western women, I think your men can handle the situation over here just fine.
Come on.
But don't listen to me. Talk to the guys who already escaped the plantation and see what they have to say. There are plenty of YouTube channels made by passport bros that tell guys what it's really like over here. Is it perfect? No way. But for guys who are looking for a place where they're valued and treated with dignity and respect, we're pretty hard to beat. There are plenty of YouTube channels made by passport bros that and treated with dignity and respect, we're pretty hard to beat. So maybe instead of trying to pound your men into submission, why not work on yourselves and become women worth fighting for? Because if you won't, we're more than happy to show your rejects what happiness really is.
So
Now, you see, this just goes to show you that only in America is the black man hated the way that he is. Now, of course, there's other places that where Esau is predominantly where he dominates in those areas. Of course, those women still hold a disregard for Jake. However, you still got a lot of so-called white women that want Jake in other countries as well, and here in America. But the American woman, especially the American black woman, is totally destroyed. And now you have other women of other nations, because in other nations, there are so many women over there, just like it should be over here. There's so many women in other nations that there's not enough women for all of the men. So these women are reaching out and seeing that, hey, the so-called black man that y'all didn't want, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men that y'all don't want, especially the so-called black man, well, guess what? There are other nations of women that love us, that are beautiful, just like this woman here. No, none of that cake up on that y'all have on. Her own natural hair, really nice skin. She's dressed semi-modestly. You know what I'm saying? And she looks like she can really make a man happy. But then, in retrospect, you women. You women are being troubled, and we're going to get that real quick, because this is this is the Lord, man. He's telling you what's about to befall you. Okay, what's actually befalling you right now. This is what you women have wanted. This is what you have wrought. You want this, and there's no taking it back now. It's no saying, okay, we're sorry. Bro, we do not care. At least I don't. I don't care about your sorry and your apologies. I don't care. And men aren't going to care either. And you're going to want, and I'm just going to put this out there. The only men that are going to be of value are going to be the men of the Lord. Period. If a man in the days to come isn't serving the Lord, he isn't going to have any value. As much as you would like for him to have value, he's not. Okay? Only those who have the hedge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai on them are going to have value. And you're going to be able to tell, it's going to be a clear distinction from those men versus the men that don't have it. This is Isaiah 32, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear to my speech." Isn't the so-called black woman careless? Okay? In her doings? You know, these damn women will go dressed like a whore to a party full of men, and then when they get raped, they act like they didn't do, like it wasn't coming. You know? You go somewhere amongst a bunch of Edomite women thinking that they all love you, and then they find your body in the lake somewhere. You know, you don't want the man that's taking care of you, and you go head off with some stranger, and they find you in a garbage can somewhere. You know, and this is what these women do. They're careless. You know, a woman will leave her child and go to a party for 6 days and come back and the child will be dead. You know, these are the stuff that I'm naming are actually things that actually happen. And we can go over thousands of stories of women just being careless because they've been given liberty to do things that they ought not to do. Okay. And they have no discernment, no wisdom, and they don't want to listen to reason. Okay. So guess what? This is what's going to happen to you all. Okay, you don't want to give ear to the Lord's speech? All right, well, here it is. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. This shit is happening now. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. You're not going to get a replacement for what you're about to lose. The men aren't going to come to save you. You're not going to have a man that's going to save you. You're going to get drafted to the military. Next year in 2023, when they start doing this draft for this war, you're getting drafted. You wanted to be strong and independent. You wanted to be like a man and do the things that men do. So now there you go. Okay? Your men don't want you. Other women of other nations want the men. So where are you stuck at? Oh, you're stuck with reaping what you have sown. Okay? It says, verse 11, it says, "Tremble, tremble ye women that are at ease." Tremble. Okay? Be afraid. Be very afraid for what's about to happen, because y'all been taught that y'all gonna be like the girl on fire off of Hunger Games and be firing arrows at damn jets and shit. You know, no, you're not. All that stuff is gonna fall. All that feminism stuff is gonna crash. It's gonna crash big time. Even y'all women that have weapons and guns and shit like that, y'all gonna crash. Okay? Because it's not in y'all spirit. Y'all think it's in y'all spirit. It's not in y'all spirit to be warriors. You have a man that'll turn into a warrior in certain situations. You might think this man to be nothing, and in a certain situation to come about, and this man then turned into a damn brutal ass warrior. And every woman want him because of his ability to protect. But y'all women ain't gonna have that. The men that are gonna be that are gonna be high valued in the days to come, days, weeks, and months and years to come, are the men of the Lord. Period. Because there's nothing that anybody can physically do to protect themselves from what's coming. It's only through the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So if you don't have a man, I'll say that again. If you don't have a man of the Lord that has a hedge upon him, you ain't getting no protection. Okay? It says, be troubled. Yeah, be troubled. It's your turn now. The men were troubled by you, by Esau. It's your turn now to be troubled. You know, you the ones who created all these effeminate ass niggas running around here killing everybody. You the ones who said you didn't need a man and sided with the state so you can kick the man out the house so you can get benefits. You the ones who did that. You the ones who ran to the courts to get child support and messed up a man's life while you sat on another ride. You the one who accused another man to be the father of another man's child because you felt like this man was a better fit, a better candidate. You're the one who did all that stuff. You're the ones who engaged in systematic abortion to kill all of our children. You women have done this shit. Okay? You've been let off of your leash to do whatever you want, and look at what you have done. So now you have to reap what you have sown. The scriptures say, it says, be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. Whatever a man reapeth, whatever a man soweth, that shall he reap. Look at what you've sown, women. You're the one, you're the cause of this. You are the cause of what's going to happen. And now you're about to get your comeuppance. All of you. I mean, we're going to walk past you, women, and you're going to be begging to come with us. Please, please. And we're going to look at you and through the spirit be able to read your whole entire life and say, nah, man. And some of y'all might get put to death by a prophet because of how wicked y'all are. Like, nah, man, you got to go right now. You can't wait. You got to leave this world right now. Okay? It says, ye careless ones, strip and make ye bare. You about to lose everything you have. Everything. Okay? And gird sackcloth upon your loins. Mourn. Howl. Okay? Howl. Mourn. That's when you put on sackcloth, you're in a state of mourning. All right? Now it's your turn to be in a state of mourning. Y'all had everything y'all needed to have. Y'all had y'all fun. It says they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Nah, y'all ain't getting none of those good things that y'all used to get. Okay? All that whining and crying, man. When you figure out that this man is the one he's single-handedly protecting you through the Spirit, and that's all he got to do is tell your ass to get the hell on, and you're subject to the sword, to the famine, to the beasts of the field, to the plagues, because this man that you were under his hedge no longer wants to be bothered. Oh yeah, man, that's gonna be a turnaround. That's gonna be a turnaround. Okay. So I'm gonna play another video. Now listen. Slakia.
What you say, what I hear says, women from other countries are starting YouTube channels advertising their country's advantages of visiting to meet their women. They want men. Did you just put an 8-ball? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Lord have mercy. I don't know what to do, y'all. Even Ricky is done. I don't know. You're not sorry. You're not fucking sorry. Ladies, this is why I've been going so hard. Y'all didn't understand my love. Y'all didn't understand what I was trying to do. I was trying not to allow it to get to this motherfucking point. Y'all thought I was just being a male identified pick me ass hoe ass bitch when all I was trying to do was show you, teach you, encourage you to be the type of woman that the man that you wanted desired. Now
you see? So what y'all don't, again, what y'all women don't understand is the power has always been with the men. You just had a brief time to have a little bit of it, just to show that you're not worthy of it. Okay? Because you're not worthy of it. Look at what you've done. Look at what you have done with the ability, with the ability to be in authority. Look at what you've done with it. Now the men don't want you no more. They don't want to get married. They don't want to have children with you. They don't want to do, man, and this shit is, and then the older men are teaching the younger men not to deal with y'all women either. Not to even give y'all the and of course you have some simp ass niggas out there who's still going to bow down to y'all women. But the men of value, and even men outside of the truth that have values carnally, they not gonna want your asses no more either. Okay, they not gonna want you. Because men have checked out of this system, and it started, let me tell you something. This whole thing started about men checking out. It started with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone telling men, fuck the black woman, man. The Latino woman ain't that much better, but she better than the black woman. You see, because this woman, the black woman is a fucking demon, man. You can't even get you tell a black woman not to wear, to not wear makeup and to wear her real hair and she'll get offended. The absolute audacity of these women, man. This is Micah 7 and verse 10. And it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And weren't we? Didn't y'all women trot men down like the mire in the streets? Didn't y'all do that? So it's your turn. See, the Lord is all about balance. Whatever you do, you're going to get done back onto you. Okay? And a lot of times when the Lord do something back onto you, he might speed it up to where you get it all at once. You see? You get it all at once. It ain't going to be no slow punishment. No, when all hell breaks loose, you getting all of the shit you've done back at you at once. All of the lies, all of the wickedness, all of the hate, all of the bitterness for nothing. You're getting it all back on you at once. And the men gonna hey, we're gonna give you that same energy that you've been giving us, man. You know, the same thing. You see, you can be trodden down as the mire in the street, like dirt, like dust, like nothing. Okay, and it ain't gonna even be like, oh, we mad at you. We just gonna be like, yeah, you know what, we good. We know we're not gonna bring you with us. Sorry, but you know we're gonna leave you to your own devices. You know, this is what you wanted. This is what you've been claiming for years. This is what you got. You know, I know a woman who was very abusive all her life to her children. Treated her children like crap. Right? Very, very abusive to her children. Talked to them like crap. Treated them like crap. Threatened their life. You know. Threaten their life. And now, none of her children want to have shit to do with her anymore. She's old and alone with dogs. She's been ran through by many men, and she done had a bunch of baby daddies. Okay? And now she's reaping what she's sowed. She doesn't have a man to come comfort her in the latter years of her life. Okay? She don't have a man to comfort her, any men to comfort her in the latter years of her life. Where things are the hardest. You don't have any companionship. You see? But these are the things that you women have done, and you don't consider the latter end. You don't consider what's going to happen down the line. Like, damn, if I do this for a long period of time, this might happen. Okay? So it's very comforting to see that y'all women are about to suffer. You know, that y'all about to get y'all comeuppance. Just like it's very comforting to see that Esau about to get his comeuppance. It's also very comforting to see that the enemy of the men of the Lord, in addition to Esau, the women, are about to get theirs too. And as I said earlier in the video, Israelites don't need, the Israelite men don't need the Israelite woman to perpetuate himself. The other nations will do fine. Okay? The other nations will do is all throughout the scriptures where men had where Israelite men had children from women from the other nations, and they were still Israelites because it's a seed line thing. There ain't no such thing as mixing. Okay, when you put a seed in the ground, it ain't mixed with the type of dirt it is. Okay, whatever seed that was in that ground is what's going to grow. It may take up some of the characteristics from its environment, but nevertheless, it's still from the seed. It's still from the seed is still from the tree that it came from, if you know what I mean. It's still going to grow up to be the tree that it came from. All right? So we don't need y'all women. And men are discovering that. Y'all wanted to be strong and independent, right? You got it. You have your strong and independence. All right? Get ready to wrap it up here. I'm going to grab maybe one or two more precepts, and then we're going to close it out. This is Psalms, just to back it up, because now when this happens, man, you know, when you get trampled down as a mire in the street, this is going to be why, because you're going to be willing. You're going to be willing in that day when you realize, hey, you've been saying all this time, where's your Yahweh thy power? Where's your Lord? Where's your God? Where's the one that you've been claiming that's supposed to be protecting you? Where is he at? Right? But guess what? He here. You know? He been here all along. He been here all along. This is Psalms 110 and 3. It says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of morning, thou hast the dew of the youth. So when the Lord bestow his heavenly power back upon his men, and you see that, all you women are going to be willing in that day, because the thing about it is power is what attracts women. Power. Okay? The men too, but we're speaking specifically in regard to the women. When you see the men of the Lord doing super fantastic things, spiritual things, you gonna be willing in, but guess what? Unfortunately, a lot of y'all can get rejected. Some of y'all, y'all not. I mean, the men of the Lord, because the scriptures say, Isaiah, where it says, 7 women shall grab hold of one man, saying that we will eat our own bread, we will wear our own apparel, just let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. You see? So the women are they're gonna want to be called by our name, but man, we're gonna be choosing. We're gonna be choosing. And most of y'all women gonna get rejected. The some that get accepted is still gonna be a lot to the men of the Lord, but the most of y'all gonna get rejected. Just like y'all rejected us. That's how y'all can get rejected. Hey, whatever a man soweth, that he shall reapeth. Okay? There's no getting around that. All right? So all of these turmoils that you women are now going through today, guess what? This is the result of what you have done. Okay? Now, ultimately, it was the curses of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. But hey, we all got to play our role in this movie, man. And this is your role. Okay? And unfortunately, everything is about to come to an end. Okay? The kingdom is about to be here. Hey, we at the end of this thing now. Okay? So yeah, you're going to suffer, but when you come back in the kingdom, you're going to come back in your right mind. But for right now, man, hey, you got to get what's coming to you. All right, so with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rechach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Until next time, I can say Shalom.